less than a week to go now. How are you feeling about getting out there and playing?
I'm very excited. Currently up in Durham at uni, just finished exams, so really ready to get out there, run around with new teammates and kind of push for that win.
How are kind of the final preparations going? Obviously, you said you had exams, so what last bits are you working on that maybe you've had to put aside?
For me, it's just been like fitness-wise, getting it back up. So after uni, sports kind of slowed down a bit, getting out there, doing some more interval training, some more specific sixes work. So a lot more shooting, more sprint work, trying to get my speed up. And also trying to connect with other players as well a lot more now. So we've got some last minute Zoom calls prepared for this week to just talk to all the different players, work out where everyone likes to play, how they like to play, what positions they want to take on the field, and yeah, trying to get as close to the team as possible.
What can kind of we expect from you? Like, what's your style? What are you going to bring to this team when you're playing?
Hopefully I kind of want to lead on the pitch, so I usually take the draw, so I kind of want to win the ball from the start. And I'd say I'm quite like a quick player, so I love to get some of those like sneaky goals where we get it straight out from the defence and we do a nice long run up the pitch to score a goal.
Perfect. What does it mean for you to be chosen as captain? What's the role and the responsibility like?
Yeah, when Matt called me, I felt very privileged. It was very unexpected. I got the phone call and I was like, oh, okay. But no, as like one of the youngest players on the team, I was surprised, but I did it last year and I had a great experience with Matt as a coach. And I'm hoping we can build on that this year. And I've also connected with lots of the players before, so just through like junior stuff. So I've played with quite a lot of the players on my team already. So I'm hoping to kind of bridge that, get everyone connected on the pitch. And yeah, just hopefully lead us and create quite a positive environment. We're trying to aim to create like quite an open, welcoming environment for all the players to make sure that everyone gets good time on the pitch and everyone feels comfortable to kind of talk about what they want to do and feel really included in the team.
Obviously, you've mentioned that you've played with a lot of them. Are there any of the players that you're particularly looking forward to playing with or against if they're on other teams?
So Millie Home, I'm very excited to play with, an amazing attacker. I'm sure she's going to be scoring lots of goals for us. Also Emma Savage on our Rise team, I played a lot with before. So we were out in Portugal playing for the Sixers tournament out there. And we have quite similar playing styles, so excited to team up with her. And yeah, obviously on the other teams, I know a lot of the players, and we're having a lot of chat behind the scenes, different training camps. So we'll be excited to play against them.
Is there any one team in particular that you feel you've got to get one over on?
I'm trying to remember their name. The team with Emily Chandler, what's their name? I can't remember. Yeah, one of the teams has a lot of strong players. So I think they're going to be one of our biggest competitors, the one with like Ella Cohen, Ripper. I think they've already had a training squad, which will also be interesting to see if that's worked out for them. But yeah, I'd say they're looking to be one of the strongest teams out there. But obviously, Rise think we have the capability to obviously beat them.
Would I be right in saying that's the Forge, Jason? Yes,
yeah. Sorry,
we're fine. We're getting ahead of them. Probably kind of just from me, kind of the final one I've got. What do you hope that you will learn and take away from this to help you in the future?
I think probably just like stepping out of my comfort zone as a captain. So kind of really stepping up my confidence, especially whilst I'm playing games, kind of getting that communication up. Also, yeah, just trying to get everyone to really raise their standards. So people that haven't played this before, try and get them to get up to that level where they feel so confident to really go drive to the goal and do their bit for the team. So I'm just hoping to learn more about Sixers. I think it's such an exciting tournament. And especially with spectators this year, I'm quite excited to see if that's going to change the atmosphere. As last time it was very like intense, just team-based. But it's going to be interesting to see if support is going to change the atmosphere in the games.
You've kind of touched on it a little bit, but I was wondering what you learned at last year's event that you was wanting to take forward into this year's event.
Something I learned. I think just the speed of it. Anything can change. I think even if you're down at kind of third quarter, even half time, you can seriously bring it back. All it takes is for a few quick goals and you're right back in it. So I think just never giving up and always pushing in those last minutes. of the quarters, because I think you can make a lot when teams getting tired. If we're getting consistent subbing, everyone's getting good game time, I think it will really work well for Rise. And yeah, just keeping a strong mindset even if we're down, because anything can happen.
And we've touched upon that you'd like to get one up on Forge, but I think Forge is actually the first game for Rise this year. Yeah. So what are just your initial thoughts ahead of that first game? What maybe a bit of what you've spoken about with your coaches or the rest of the team, not to give too much away, but
so just in Zoom calls we've been going through set plays and kind of ways we want to play, but I think we've got a scheduled pitch session for our first match, so it should just give us a chance to run through those set shapes we've got. And yeah, so obviously they've had a training session, I think, at the weekend. But I think with that early morning training session before our first match, I think it'll be good for us just to work through as a team what we want, the approach we want to take, and hopefully it'll give us a little head start going into the match.
And how did you find that last year, where you didn't have a chance to meet up with your teammates and have a play around before the tournament? How did you find that and coping with that?
I think at the start, in the first few matches, it always is a bit nerve-wracking, especially being one of the younger players coming in. I hadn't really played with many of the players I was playing with before, so it's just kind of learning how everyone wants to play. But yeah, the first few matches are always going to be difficult, but hopefully we can just gel as a team quickly, and minimise those mistakes in the first few minutes.
Have you got any team bonding exercise or games that you're going to be bringing out to kind of help you gel?
Oh God, good question. I don't know. I think we're doing a little team Spotify at the moment, trying to get some good tunes on, but I'm sure people will bring some games. I think last year there was a lot of double going on, so may see a repeat of that, but we'll have to see.